You're a therapist or a coach, and you're really good at what you do. You're way better than that lady who is claiming to be the best in their methodology. But you know you're better. I know you're better, but nobody knows about you. Yes, you're getting some clients here and there, and you're just meeting your financial goals. And I know that you could be helping so many more people, but you're not. And that makes me angry. That actually makes me mad. And that is why I'm on a mission to help heart centered business owners, specifically therapists and coaches, who tend to be shy or who tend to be introverted or who might just have a difficulty when it comes to marketing themselves. It's my mission to do the marketing for them because their talent deserves to be used. Their talent, their gift deserve to be used in service of people out there who need it badly now. I want to give you an example from my life about me discovering a therapist who absolutely just changed my life, but she didn't even plan on offering her service to me. It was by absolute coincidence that we found each other and we ended up working together. So she specializes in emotional healing and body healing. So, like, really healing deep stuff that's stored in the body and in our emotional system. I wasn't even planning to work with her. I offered her my services, which is website design. So I said, okay, I'll do some web design for you. And in exchange, why don't you give me some of your healing? And to be honest with you, I didn't know what to expect. I was like, okay, let's just see where this goes. Maybe she can help me. But what happened is when we did that deep work, which I didn't even realize was so deep until we were in it was so intense that after the second session that we did together, we worked on healing such deep trauma in my system that my whole body was holding on to and manifesting in all weird sort of ways. We had our session in the morning around 11 o'clock. And then that night, around 2 in the morning, I woke up to go to the toilet, whatever, and then I got so dizzy that I literally fell. Like, I went from standing position to boom on the ground, and I fell so hard. I passed out, basically. I completely went unconscious. I had no control of my body. I mean, I was unconscious. So the position in which I fell, my ear dragged on the edge of the door to the bathroom. And my whole, like, I'm lucky that my ear didn't get completely ripped off of my head because it was sore. It was really, really in pain. Couple of minutes later, I wake up from this intense pain in my ear, and my husband is over me trying to wake me up, and he's all concerned, like, what is she doing on the floor in the middle of the night? This is the depth and the power of this healing. It was such a relief for my body, and in order to alchemize this new state, this new healed state, my body just shut down. I passed out. This is the power of this healing. But what makes me angry is that I didn't even know that she could do that. Like, she didn't even say it. She didn't have the words possibly to paint the picture of what's possible through her gifts and her talents. Like, she's a little bit psychic and she uses her intuition in a very profound way, using also some other tools to scan you and figure out exactly where your problems are hiding in your body or your emotional system. With me, it was always 2, 3 layers deep. So let's say I have shoulder pain, but the shoulder pain was actually just a cover up for some other problem in my chest, let's say. And the chest pain was just a cover up for some problem in my gut. And the gut pain was just a cover up for some deep trauma that I might have experienced as a child. Like, you see where I'm going? But what makes me angry is that just because you're highly sensitive, just because you might be introverted, just because marketing or talking about yourself is not easy for you, doesn't mean you don't get to take advantage of it. That's why people like me are on the planet. Like, God doesn't make mistakes, right? There is a plan here. You have your gifts and you have your talents. And I'm not telling you to do something that's completely uncomfortable for you and not in integrity with how you are and how you want to be. But what I'm saying is that there are people like me who are also highly sensitive, who are also neurodivergent, and I'm an ambivert, which means I'm really extrovert on one end and I'm really introverted on the other end. I'm neurodivergent. I already mentioned that. I have ADHD and I'm on the autism spectrum. People like me exist to support you in an absolute safe and comfortable container so that we can shout to the world about how amazing you are so you don't have to, but at the same time, your gifts and talent are made available to the world to benefit from. It just makes me so happy to see when somebody with that level of gifts, like I'm calling these gifts because being psychic is a gift. I mean, I'd like to say I'm psychic. I'm super spiritual, but I'm just not psychic. I have really good senses. I can feel the mood in the room, or I can tell if somebody's lying or whatever. But I don't have the intuition or the psychic ability to see into your childhood and tell you that, oh, at age 4.5, you might have experienced this type of trauma. I don't do that. I don't have that, but she does. And it makes me so happy and so excited when I get to shout to the world about her gifts and like about the fact that such a person even exists who has this ability. And I know that there are hundreds and even thousands of people out there who are looking for this level of help. They're looking for somebody with that level of intuition, with that psychic ability to help them access and heal parts of themselves that they don't have access to because they don't have that subtle sense, that sixth sense, or that psychic ability. I don't just work with like psychics. I work with therapists, I work with doctors, I work with business owners, but the common thread is always that they're heart centered. The common thread is that their level of integrity is super high, meaning if they are forced to be somebody on the outside who they don't feel like they're on the inside, they're just not going to be able to do it because, and I know this because I'm the exact same. If I try to pretend to be somebody I'm not, the whole energy of the thing collapses and things just don't work. But when I allow myself to be in full integrity, things just flow a lot better. The right clients come, they're happy to pay me what I ask. I'm able to do the work for them and really showcase them to the world in the most beautiful way, in the best version of them that I see in my eyes. They might not even see it yet. You might not even realize that there are 100 people out there right now who are waiting to work with you, who are struggling with a problem so deep that only you, with your specific gifts and talents, can help them with. But I see them. I see you, your future potential, and the whole client base that's waiting to work with you. And not only that, I also see and I know how to use the language that makes sense to your clients so that they get over their own resistance. They get over their own mental blocks that is holding them back from making that investment in working with you. I'm saying investment here, and it's not only about money, it's also about time and vulnerability. Because you're a therapist or you're a coach, your client has to open themselves up in a very profound way in order for you to actually be able to do your job well. They need to feel safe with you. They need to feel like you are going to hold them, you're going to take care of them, you're going to protect them, even from all the deep, dark, difficult things that rise up from within their own selves. They need to be able to trust you before they even decide to book that first consultation call with you. And I know how to use language, imagery, branding, your stories in order to get through to them past those filters, past those barriers, so that they feel genuinely that level of trust with you before they even book that first call. Now that I've told you all the things that make me really angry, I should probably introduce myself. Hi, my name is Ritu Riedweg. I do personal branding and design beautiful websites, therapists, coaches, and heart-centered business owners so that they can stand out online in this noisy AI world, get found on Google because SEO is a thing, and fill their schedules with their ideal client. On this channel, I share personal branding tips, I share marketing tips for therapists and coaches so they can be themselves in full integrity and at the same time attract their ideal clients. No matter how out there your modality is, or your healing is, or your therapy is, or your coaching is, no matter how spiritual or alternative it is possible to make good money doing what you're doing because there are people out there who need this. There are people out there who are tired or even allergic to the traditional ways of healing or self development, and they are waiting to give you their money so you can help them transform. Subscribe to this channel for more of that, and please give this video a like because it helps the YouTube algorithm promote it to more people just like you who might benefit from watching this today. By the way, who am I to even talk about this? I'm actually a therapist. I'm actually that alternative therapy lady who went out and tried to do something completely kind of strange and not traditional and try to help other people through that. And I launched my therapy practice, and it was really hard to market myself. So even though it appears like, oh, she's very chatty, or she talks a lot, or she gets passionate on YouTube, it wasn't always like that. And my whole story is described in full detail in this video. So go watch it now.